Many Kern County residents have struggled to find consistent work during the pandemic. People are having to think outside of the box, and that could also include outside of Bakersfield. 23 ABC's Kristen Vartan joins us now live with more on the recent restaurant boom in Tehachapi and the positions that have come with it. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Brenna. The city of Tehachapi is known to be a popular weekend destination for a lot of Bakersfield residents, but the city tells me it's not only a place to get away, but a place to go to work these days because there's a ton of jobs available right now.
Funny, it's almost opposite right now. We have a lot of people commuting up from Bakersfield or in the other areas, California City, Mojave, to come into Tehachapi.
The City of Tehachapi's public information officer, Key Budge, calls it a piece of Americana in the middle of Kern County. And for some in the restaurant business, it's become the setting for their American dream, even during a pandemic.
We had 6 restaurants open last year in the midst of a pandemic, which was crazy, and 5 of them were independently owned. They weren't corporate.
And a restaurant boom leads to, you guessed it, more jobs. The City of Tehachapi's Economic Development Coordinator, Corey Costello, saying there's about 50 to 100 restaurant jobs available in the greater Tehachapi area right now. He adds the pay is above minimum wage at certain local Tehachapi restaurants.
Because they wanted quality and they understood that. And so for them, they said, we're going to pay a little more, a few more dollars an hour for an employee because we have a certain level of quality we expect out of our food and of our team. And so they're willing to pay a little bit more. And honestly, as a consumer, I'm willing to pay a little bit more when I go there because I know what they're paying the workers.
And even if you're starting an entry-level restaurant job, you never know where opportunities may lead.
We've actually had some pretty good success stories of employees that have eventually purchased the restaurant that they worked in. Johnny's Take and Bake Pizza is a great example. It's a long-standing business. It's been here since the 1990s, but about 4 years ago, it was purchased by some employees because the owner was retiring.
Plus, Costello says in a small community like Tehachapi, you may have an easier time opening a restaurant of your own someday. He says you'll still have to deal with the usual connection fees, impact fees when building from the ground up, but
if you're going to open a business, you can call me directly. You can call our engineer and development services director directly. You don't have 6 layers, 7 layers of bureaucracy before you get to somebody who can answer your question and help you kind of hold your hand through the process.
You can find jobs on the Kern County's website or the city's social media pages. Or Costello says the old-fashioned way, just driving around town, seeing those help wanted signs. Now, if that isn't the most Tehachapi thing you've ever heard, I don't really know what is.
Exactly. I love that. And I love how he said, you can call people directly. And Kristen, I understand there's a few other industries in the area that are hiring as well.
That's right, Brenna. There's also the police department that's hiring, renewable energy jobs, and aerospace. There's an aerospace industry in Mojave, so they actually hire people from Tehachapi and have companies there that work with them. So tons of jobs available right now. People should just go check those out.
Yeah, good advice. Lots of opportunity there. That's what we like to see. Thanks, Kristen.